NLFS, the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, is saying that unemployment rates in the second quarter of 2024 declined to 4.3% from the 5.3% recorded in the first quarter of 2024. Now, let's have a quick look through the breakdown of what they shared on their X handle yesterday. So we'll see, the landing page where it called the Nigerian Labor Force Survey NLFS report Q2 2024, and the date is November 2024. All right, let's see the breakdown now. Yeah, so Q2 2024 Nigeria Labor Force Survey, time-related underemployment is 9.2%. It says time-related underemployment in Q2 2024 was 9.2%, showing a decrease from the rate of 10.6% recorded. Then labor force participation is now 79.5%, where it used to be 77.3% in Q1 of this same year. Now, unemployment rate, which is a focus for netizens, it was 5.3% in the first quarter of this year, but now it is 4.3%. And then we have youth employment, just the very last one there, 6.5%. It says the unemployment rate among youth aged 15 to 24 years was 6.5% in Q2 2024, a decrease compared to Q1 2024, which was 8.4%. So apparently this is just says informal employment. We have the rate of informal employment rate was 93% in the second quarter of this year, and then an increase from 92.7% in Q1. So it's all looking good right here, according to the NBS. Good reports, good statistics. But let's see how netizens are reacting to this development. So this user, Rancho, he says, this is political data. Enter the streets. The real data is there. Reacting to NBS Nigeria on X, this user Michael is saying that this is Bola Tinubu's New Hope agenda. If an individual is engaged in any form of economic activity for at least 1 hour per week, he or she will be considered employed. All right, more reactions and more thought, please. Akpati says, youth unemployment is 6.5%. It be like NBS captured Yahoo boys and employed youths too. It's like students too were captured as employed too. And more stories and more development. Okay, so this is just another report right there by the NBS, where they are saying that they've announced a growth in development. They said that so there is also an increment, and President Tinubu is reacting to this one. So the growth will be on Nigeria's gross domestic product, which is GDP, for the third quarter of 2024. So it is 3.46% year on year in real terms in the third quarter, Q3 of 2024. So this is higher than the 2.54% recorded in the third quarter of 2023, and then it is higher, of course, than the second quarter of 2024 growth, which was 3.19%. So this is what they've shared on their social media handle, their verified X handle, really. So they said they have a record of 3.46% from 3.19% in the second quarter of 2024. Oil sector is generating less, of course. Let's have more graphics, please. Yeah, so for oil example, which is in red, it is just 5.57%, and non-oil sector has yielded 94.43% so far. So this is it for netizens. So President Bola Tinubu has reacted to this growth, and he says it is an indication of recovery from economic reforms implemented by his administrations, and he has noted that he will not forget his promise of a $1 trillion economy by 2030. And netizens are now saying, sir, 2030 is another term. Your tenure is supposed to end before then. So does it mean that whatever happens, you would remain in office by 2030? So Melvin Jacobs is saying that carry on T-gain. Oh shit, we had T-pain and now we have T-gain. Aura for aura. Well, he says, we are with you and on your mandate we stand. We do, it says, well done. Well, we'll do this again in 2027 by the grace of God. Well done, Mr. President. And it's clapping for him right there. Oshe For Daniel, he says, sir, we have been feeling it from your first day. Oh, yeah, maybe in office, please, sir. So he says he doesn't even want the $1 trillion economy. So he's not interested if it has been the way it's going. Engineer KOK says, but now statistics we go chop. Do you remember pre-elections when Peter Obi kept giving us how it's happening in China, all the statistics and everything, and he says, Shena statistics we go chop. Now he's being asked also by Engineer KOK, now statistics we go chop. Yeah, it's looking good in the books, but how about what happens in the streets? Cruz is saying that now fake reports them they give this man. Pure water is now being sold for 50 naira per unit. I mean, this is no longer news, it's been there. And yeah, on today's episode of Aura for Aura, the presidency has responded to the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, that's Matthew Kuka, that President Bola Tinubu is an accidental leader despite claiming to be prepared. The president's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, would not have it that his boss is still finding its footing well over in a year in office, as Bishop Kuka buttressed. So Onanuga says Tinubu is not an accidental leader. He is doing his very best to ensure that Nigeria has a turnaround because he's prepared himself for the office. So that's the discussion right there. How did this meet netizens? Okay, this is a Sankofa says, reformer from prosperity to poverty. Reformer slowing down the economy, reducing the purchasing power of the poor, and widening the tax net. It has indeed reformed Nigerians by destroying the little that is left of the economy. Bayo Nanuga says his boss is a reformer, so that's why he kept having reformer right there. Chibueze Okeke says, if these people use the same energy they used to respond to people comments to fix Nigeria, this country would have been better now. They are very busy doing nothing. Oshe, this user ManK476, he says, Naso Buhari and his people were firing hot air, and see how we are all suffering the consequences now. Presidency, don't fire any hot air, just prove him wrong. Absolutely. More stories will now be, and then definitely there is a reaction from netizens who went back to 2016 and 2012 to say that, oh, Bishop Kuka had also said the same thing to the president at the time, where he says, stop blaming Jonathan, solve current problems. Kuka to Buhari, and then in 2012 he says, don't blame Jonathan for our socio-economic problems, Kuka. So this is definitely the focus for netizens, apparently because it's Tinubu who is in office. So if you continue to read the statement, you would realize that he blames people, president as far back as Obasanjo, who he said he was not even prepared. He just came out of prison and then he had the office right there. And Buhari too, it was not even going to be anything. They just went to Dara, brought him out and said, you have to be a president at this time. All of them, nobody has been responsible. Yeah. So there's this outrage on social media right now, on TikTok primarily, and then on X, is of these babies who netizens have said, gosh, these babies are too fat. So these were pictures that were shared by a vendor who sells what she calls organic baby weight gain pap. Organic baby weight gain pap. And then these are testimonials for her to say, parents, come buy from me. This is what is happening to children who are using them. And if you want your baby this fat, you can also get them too. So this baby, for example, this one right here, according to the vendor, he's currently weighing 47 kg. 47 kg. And he says the last, this was last month when I checked, and he's only a year old. 1 year old is already weighing 47 kg. When the vendor checked 11 months, that would be 11 months. A month ago would be 11 months because the baby is just 12 months. And netizens are now calling on NAFDAC to please come through for the babies if their parents are unsure what to do with their children. And so she's saying, for example, my customer's baby, while using our baby's weight gain pap, Now, tell me why you haven't gotten our product yet. So she's selling now. She says, come and buy. So let's have a review from one of the parents, for example, that she also shared as testimonial to say, buy from us. So look at this. She says, customers review on our baby's weight gain pap. Our review, we are 4 months. She's doing wonders. People, they gather her. They call her boss lady. Madam, what are you feeding her with? He choke, my baby na celeb everywhere we did. The joy is heavenly. This is said to be from a parent. Let's just have reactions, because she had come out to say, oh, what I do is very, very organic. No, nothing. And she says, here are the ingredients that I use. Oat, sorghum, millet, tiger nut, cashew nut, soya beans, dried plantains, millet, dates, crayfish, and groundnut, all of which are purely sorted, washed, and dehydrated before production. This was when netizens started calling officials for her to say, NAFDAC, these are babies, this is food, it is within your purview to come through for these children. She's, how can you do all of these things inside one food that baby would eat? 1-year-old weighing 47 kg. How many kgs do adults weigh? So I'll just take this reaction. Ochiaga, who is saying that the parents should be arrested for questioning and the babies be taken to be examined. Who, for goodness sake, wants babies to gain weight? The TikTok user who sells this should be arrested, imprisoned for crime against babies. So NAFDAC, please, when you are coming through for the babies, we also have babies, a class of parents who bleach the skins of their dark in complexion babies. You know, they said they want a yellow baby. They want yellow babies, and that's why they are bleaching the skins of their infants. So please come through for them. So this video is one video that has come from Rivers State. It's of school children who are celebrating Sim Fubara, their state governor, saying that the man is doing well. Take me to Government House. So we have that video. We come and we call it a day.
There is a governor in Rivers State. His name is similar to Fubara. He is a bastard to Rivers State. You gonna take me to Government House. To see my governor. Take me to Government House. Take me to Government House. Take me to Government House. To see my governor, Fubara. Show me the way where to go. Show me the way that leads to Government House. Show me the way that leads there. Show me the way that leads to Government House. I want to thank my governor.
All right, so the caption with that video says, this is what happens when River State teachers receive their 85,000